Hello. Right, tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. Okay, moon's in Scorpio today, so that seems to be the thing to do. I'm doing this as a psychic tarot reading, okay? So many readers on YouTube doing the exact card meanings. Well, I more use the cards to kind of link into my spirit guides and all the psychic realms. So I'm using Anne Stokes Legends here, and you can see we've got butterfly goddess lady here astride her unicorn. So it's all about the magic, and it links us to the ancient Celtic wisdom, the ancient energies of our planet, which were provided for us before the human race ever got here to start drilling holes in it and generally making a mess. So what we got for Scorpio, eh? Scorpio moon at the moment, so I hope the influence is going to be really strong here. We'll have a shuffle and we will see what comes out first. Okay, first card I've turned over, it's the Two of Swords. Wow, decisions most certainly, and we've got the dragon energy here. So which way are you being pulled, Scorpio? That's the question. Probably being pulled in two directions at the moment, but the fact is there's something very solid about this card, even though it's all about decisions. And this is the great thing of reading it in a psychic way, rather than just kind of getting the book out and seeing which way it goes. Let me take a look. Okay, so the sword is coming down like a dagger there, looking like it's really actually quite hard to stay in the position you're in. And that's a fact of life, actually. Life is change. Things are always on the move and things are always different. The dragon is a friend in this sense, though, because you really do need to get things moving when this card comes up. And you will find, you know, that you actually know what you need to do if you really think about it. It's one of those things where people are trying to decide something, and when they really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, they find that the decision has actually already been made, and they are actually more than ready to get on their way, and they've probably been ready to get on their way for some time. So it's time to get things moving, Scorpio, okay? The other Scorpio thing about the Two of Swords, in fact, the Two of anything, excuse me, about the Two of anything with Scorpio is that it's a Scorpio trait to see the world as kind of either one thing or another and not to see the middle ground in a thing. And that's not the case with absolutely every Scorpio, no way. We're all different, and I know many Scorpios, always different people. But star signs in astrology are like that. There are so many influences going on, and you might want to consult your birth chart to know a bit more about exactly where you are. You can get a birth chart from just about any of the big astrology websites now, free of charge, just by typing your details in, and it's fascinating stuff. Now that might give you a sense of direction, actually. That might help you decide which way you actually want to go, because the Two of Swords energy is all about, you know, you're not going to find anything more out about the situation, really. You're going to have to get cracking, but there needs to be some impetus to get us moving, because we are standing still, really. That's what the Two of Swords is all about in this context, Scorpio. Okay, very earthy looking card here, though. Okay, it's a darky, sort of browny sort of purple colour, this card. So there's grounding either needed or there already. But sometimes when people are feeling grounded, they feel that they really want to get free of that grounding and fly to the higher chakras, the higher levels, whatever. The thing about that is you don't have to lose the grounding in order to fly. It's quite a popular misconception. The fact is that the more grounded you are, the more amazing cosmic energy you will draw down through yourselves into your life, because that connection that we have with the way out things, the outer realms, the psychic realms, is all about how grounded we are in this earth, you know, because it's all about drawing down the magic into the beautiful earth in which we live, on which we live. Okay, so keep that in mind, but it's time for action. That's a great card to get at the beginning of a reading, Scorpio. It really is. And not just Scorpio, anyone who's watching, actually. That's a great card at the beginning of a reading. By the way, if you haven't yet, do subscribe to my channel, tap the bell so you get all the notifications, and have a look through the videos. There's well over 600 videos on my channel now. Most of them are either astrology or psychic readings. Doesn't matter if it's not for your star sign. If you're drawn to it, then the energy of the moment is take a look at that reading. Okay, so we've got Two of Swords. There's a decision to make, but it's almost been made already. It's one of those decisions that makes itself. So maybe think about it a bit more, but don't spend your whole life thinking, Scorpio. Okay, what we got for a second card in this reading? We've got the King of Swords. Wow. Right, now the King of Swords, it's yet another sword card that's come out here. So the decision thing is certainly happening. But the King of Swords is much more decisive character. He's indecisive in some ways, you know, so I can see some prevarication going on here. And look at the dragon. The dragon looks exasperated to me. Really fed up having a good sigh and blowing the flames out there. But there is very strong energy, so don't sit on it, whatever you do, okay? Forward motion is indicated strongly again here, and a lot of silveriness in this card, but that's perhaps because it's a royal suit. But it shows that in terms of aiming for your goals, in terms of making progress in this world, it's a precious metal kind of level of energy, you know. It's really powerful, it's really positive. And I'm just taking a closer look at this card, and I'm looking at these circles here. You can see 4 of them quite clearly, but one of them is hidden under the dragon's wing. So the roundness of the circle isn't entirely complete there, but most of it is complete. So, you know, it's not about squaring the circle at all, but it's about actually going for everything that's involved with it. And again, about drawing that mystical circular energy down into life and living it as a real thing, as a positive, powerful thing, which is what it is. Okay, so that's the next step, really. It's a little bit more thought, as I thought it might be, actually. But the energy of this is all about getting on your bike, you know, get your boots on, get moving, get something happening, Scorpio, okay? Because it's going to be a bit of a mystery as to what's out there, but as soon as you get moving, you're going to find it. And the silver in that card says it's positive, and the dragon in that card says, get a move on, I'm fed up here. Okay, let's turn over another card, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. Right, Pentacles, it's earth sign energy, so it's all about grounding again. There's a lot of grounding coming into this. Those 2 sword cards, they go with the air signs, so kind of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you. This is Taurus, this is Virgo, this is Capricorn. It's the earth signs, it's the earthiness, and it's all about grounding. Now, it's the Queen, so we've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles together in so many ways, but this is the middle card of the reading, so it's the heart of the matter in this spread. And the Pentacles, it's all about earth, wind, fire, and water working together, the 4 elements working together under the divine guidance, okay? That's what the top spike of the pentacle is all about, the top point. If you're at the center of the pentacle, then you're very strongly protected. But you don't want to stay there forever, Scorpio. That's the 3rd time it's come up. Don't stay there forever. There is really strong energy. And I saw a lot of silver in the King of Swords card there. I'm now actually seeing gold in this. There isn't any gold in the card, but that's what's come into my head. That's the psychic side of this, okay? Now look at this lady. She is very serious. Things need to happen. Things need to get moving, and she's got butterfly wings there. So at some time, right, she represents something that at some time has been a chrysalis or even a moth, you know, and transformation, you see, that's so important. You can always transform anywhere in life, you know. I keep saying it, life is change. So do embrace the change, Scorpio. And if you need to spend a little time in the chrysalis, go ahead and do it. That's all part of nature, really. So we're getting a bit more guidance and a bit more meaning for the first 2 cards there. Where will we go next, I wonder? Moving on quite quickly through this as we go, but that's life, you know. Life keeps moving on apace quite quickly, whether you're going with the flow or not. So think about the flow that's happening to you. I'm not saying just blindly go with the flow of life wherever it's taking you. There's a lot to be said for going with the flow of life like that, but have a bit of discernment. Make sure it's going the way you want it to go, because everything about this reading says it actually is. I mean, we've got a king and a queen right in the middle of it there. So powerful energy, and it really is close to your heart. It really is all about you. You just need that bit more grounding, Scorpio. Being a cup sign, there's a lot of kind of your heart's desires going on. and sort of being a water sign, I should say, which is what the Suit of Cups is associated with. And so the longings and desires are actually quite prominent there. But do something about them. Don't just spend your life, or at least don't spend the next few weeks worrying about that. It's time to get your boots on, it really is. And the next card, we've got the Ten of Cups. There we go. So now this is really, really close to the Scorpio energy because it is water sign energy. So it's either you directly, Scorpio, or it's about Cancer or Pisces in your birth chart or around you somewhere along the line. And I'm strongly drawn to the bird images here. Let me take a closer look. Well, they're not actually birds, they're griffins, but they've been drawn so they look like birds to kind of confuse me as I'm looking at them in the screen of my tiny camera viewfinder thing here. And the wolf is looking into you. That to me is very much like the third eye. So it's about looking inside yourself, okay? I'm being realistic about those desires, okay? I'm not saying you can't dream big. You should dream big. That's what dreams are all about. But just don't get bogged down and thinking, well, I've kind of got to do the big thing all at once. Do the small things as well. They're always planks in the platform, as it were, along the way to getting where you need to be in life, to be where you want to be. And the wolf staring at you here, it's like the third eye, which looks inwards and doesn't look out, looks in. Look in upon your own plans, upon your own possibilities. There's a lot of divine energy there, but all the divine energy, all the energy of God is really very strongly something that's within us, okay? We have to think about God and the divine as something that's outside of us. Many of us don't even believe in it. But that influence, that thing you're shooting for, that thing that matters to you, it's somewhere outside yourself for sure, and you've got to reach for the stars and you've got to put your hands out there and get your boots on and actually go and find it. But just the fact that you desire it means it's somewhere close to your heart. Like the fact that we've got a water sign card here for you. It is close to your heart, okay? And 10 lots of longings and desires is a lot to cope with. So do get prepared to move on. Okay, we will do a couple more cards on top of this spread actually to get some more significance as we go. But let's find out what is the last card in this reading for the sign of Scorpio. It's a 5-card spread. So what have we had? 2 of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and what is going to be card number 5? Let me see. I spilt them. I mean, it's always good to read them if they fall out of the deck, but I spilt the whole deck there, so that's no good. 3 of Cups, right, close to the Scorpio heart. Again, it's the 3 of Cups. Now, this is great, and this is how the progress starts to come in. Okay, this is... If it's a love reading, it kind of shows there's a lot of divine help coming in around love and into your love life. But in love, or actually in anything else, this is about, you could call it a mutual appreciation society. That's a bit of a sarcastic thing that people say about this. But the true reality of it is, the true reality of it is like-minded people working together for the same goals. So this is some kind of society or a relationship, but in any case, it's people working together. And where people work together, the divine will come in and the divine will support your mission, Scorpio, okay? The wolf is there again, so this really is a lot to do with the third eye, okay? And because there's only, well, the 1 cup in this card is really screaming at me that there is only one thing that you really want to do next. That's going to be the thing that brings all the goodness in. Okay, so do the Hermit a little bit. We haven't got the Hermit card here, but activate that light deep in your heart, deep in your soul, Scorpio. Okay, because you've got the answers within you. You always got the answers within you. That's how these things are, and that's how these things work. Now then, let's do an oracle card here. Going to use Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light, which is the one I'm using for significators this month. And we'll see what we've got. Okay, let's have a good old shuffle here. Let me just focus on the back of this card for a minute, okay? There's 2 rings together showing a sacred union, really, because they produce the 3rd ring in the middle, which it's like the Vesica Pisces, it's like a birth channel for the universe to bring things into being through your life, and that is coming in quite strongly. But the other side of this card, let's do this one. It's hope, and it's love, and it's acceptance. You know, those are so important if you're actually going to be in tune, not just with what you think you want, but with what you really want. And that involves being in tune with the world around you to make it happen strong, to make it happen solid. It says here, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. Okay, now this happens to be Valentine's Day that I'm doing this reading. So love is really close to what it's all about. Sorry about the light changing all the time. I never get the hang of people say iPhone cameras are the best cameras in the world, but this one isn't really, if you ask me, because it keeps changing the colours all the time. And let's just read the fact that that's come up, Scorpio. Let's say the colours are going to change when you least expect it. But that's great because the two colours we've got here is the purple of healing and the gold. And the gold is all about that divine energy. It's about the truth of finding what you really want in life and where you're really, really going. Okay, so hope, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognise your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. Now, choosing loving thoughts is one of those tricky things to do, you know, because we live in a world where not everything goes the right way. In fact, most of what does go the right way in life actually comes out of a situation where nothing's going the right way. It's just the nature of life. But, so, you know, you need to make that choice. You really do, to make that choice about love. Now, we'll do a chakra card now. This is coming from Rachel Sharman's chakra reading cards. These are great. They work on the 9 chakra system, so it takes you a bit outside of your body, takes you down into the grounding in the earth a bit, and it takes you up into the universe a bit with that Stargate chakra, which is not far above the crown chakra, but which is, it's outside your physical body, but it's very much a part of your light body, is the crown chakra. Okay, so let's see what we've got. And we've got soul healing. Okay, now this is a great one in a love reading. In fact, it's good in any kind of reading, but that soul healing is great when people actually come together for the healing. And the purple in this card, the healing shade of purple, is actually a very fiery one, isn't it? This reminds me of the violet flame, the violet fire. If you don't know about that one, do look it up. It's solar plexus energy because it's that colour of card, it's that yellowy colour. And I'm seeing a little bit of the sacral chakra in this because there's a bit of orange in that. But everything does always work together. So personal power, that kind of thing. Do you need to rein it back or do you need to really rejoice in it? That is where everyone is a little bit different. You know, you've got to decide that one for yourself. But look how natural this lady is in this card. Okay, it's number 35, so kind of quite a magical number. It's kind of that bit above the 33 magical number. So there's loads of magic here. And look at the gold that she holds in her hand there. And she's totally natural about it, okay? So good things are going to come naturally, Scorpio. You don't really have to force it to happen. You do need to look inside yourself a bit. To just recap that the tarot spread there. 2 of Swords, there's a decision to make which way you're going to go. Only you really know. And there's some more information needed, maybe. But there's no guarantee that information is going to come in anytime soon. So you've got to get moving. You've got to start taking action, okay? It's quite an exciting moment. King of Swords. Then, you know, we've got to think about the resources involved and all the practicalities of it, but the king can make it happen, okay? So you're looking for the roundness of truth. You're looking for that strong ability to make it happen. If the King of Swords brings it, you've got it within you, for sure. Then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, so King and Queen working together. Lots of divinity there, and I've seen silver and gold psychically as I'm looking at those, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles says you can do it, and the butterfly energy with her there is saying, you know, you might have to be in the chrysalis, you might have to be in the cocoon, but sooner or later you've got to break out of it. And I really would break out of it if I was you, because then we have the 10 of Cups, all about thoughts, all about feelings, all about desires. And being a Cups card, it's water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, so it's close to your heart. It's close to something that has really strong meaning for you. And it's the 10 of Cups. There's a lot of joy indicated there. There's a lot of very positive possibilities. And then we got the 3 of Cups. And that is how you make the most of those possibilities that came to us in the 10 of Cups. Okay, that is like-minded people working together. We also got hope. Love is yours, recognise your divine worth and choose loving thoughts, okay? Then you'll be in tune with love. Then you'll make it happen. And soul healing. That's what's going on all through this reading, and that's at chakra level energy. So that's where you join with the divine, and that is where love really starts to happen. That is where the meaning comes into life. Big star. Okay, Scorpio, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic Valentine's weekend. Hope you have a fantastic month ahead. I'll be back soon with more readings, so give me a thumbs up, subscribe, tap the bell so you don't miss anything. Check out the other videos on my channels. There's loads of them. Share me around social media if you can. And do leave me a comment, guys. Tell me what you thought of this. It really helps me get zeroed into who I'm doing these readings for. Meanwhile, have great fun, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.